Hey, I bet you didn't know that only 0.002% of all money in circulation are the $2 bills. Listen, find out some fun facts and find out why I have such an affinity for the $2 bill. Welcome to Cooking Couture Atlanta, where cooking is sexy. I'm your host, unapologetically Ardra, super sassy Sinette. Let's make it happen. Hey, y'all. It's Ardra with Cooking Couture Atlanta. Hey. I don't know. I get really excited and happy every time I get an opportunity to do what I want to do, And doing videos and blogs and cooking and having an exchange of ideas with people that I like, that I enjoy. Like, I'm doing what I want to do. Like, every day I get up, I'm doing exactly what I want to do that day, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm just happy, honey. So I get to just really be me. I really, really get to be me for once in my life because I am actually doing what I want to do. And you can't stop me. Okay, so today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, and that's the $2 bill. Yes. Everybody that knows me knows that I have this thing for $2 bills. Straps of 100. This is my ghetto savings plan, honey. Just call me ghetto or whatever, but if something go down, I got me about $5,000 worth of $2 bills at the ready. We on go. We ready to go. Passport and $2 bills in hand. We good. We are so good. We are like super cool. Okay. So, everybody that knows me knows that I save $2 bills. I fold them a certain way and I put them in my container. I use them to decorate my home. And so, of course, I'm bringing it all together. One, I use liquor, candy, chips, and money to decorate my home because one is things that I really like and I enjoy and they make me happy. When I look over at my full bar of every liquor that I could possibly think I want, and I have a little wine cellar, I get all happy because I feel good. I don't have to go anywhere to be happy. I got everything I need right here. So I enjoy that. Also, when I'm baking, infusing, doing different things, making different sauces, trying different things, trying to incorporate liquor or alcohol into my program, I can just run over to the bar and get whatever I need. So I love that. The candy and chips, I like to snack. I like to always give people something. If you come into my home, I appreciate you coming. Reminds me so much of my grandmother. My grandmother always had a candy dish out with mints, and she always had nuts and mints. You could put, she said, always give people something to put in their mouth. And they get to talking so much. She said most of the time they need a mint. But she would have butterscotch candy, that Neapolitan Brock's candy, and mints always. And so I grew up with candy always being out. You didn't always eat it, but it's always there for guests. If you want something to put in your mouth, you running out the house. It's just always there, accessible and available. And actually, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I just always feel kind of special when my friends, and I know this sounds funny, but when my friends will come over here or we pull up in the driveway, we might all be getting in one car. They'd be like, wait a minute, I need to run in the house real quick. And they'll come in here and they'll get candy and put it in their pockets. Or before they leave, they'll take their favorite candy. They'll pick their candy or their color out. If I got Jolly Ranchers, somebody might be picking out the red or the green. And I just think it's cute. I like it. It makes them happy. And they're like kind of kid-like, and I love it. And I feel like I'm giving something to my friends, and I have something special or unique. They like to come over, and they're thinking, when I come over, I'm gonna get me some more gummy bears when I go over there, And then so I try to get different stuff and new stuff and fun candies and things like that. And so I just really like it. That makes me happy. Okay, the other thing they get to see, but I do not share, my $2 bills. So I have a real pretty jar vase. I'll put a picture up, and I save my $2 bills. And so in this jar, it's green. I got it from Home Goods. Shout out to Home Goods. That's my little spot, honey. I fold the $2 bills and I put them in there. And I feel like you attract what you are. Like, I feel like if money and goodness and good energy and good vibes are all around you, and my money is right around me with my money candle, I'm never broke. I ain't never broke, honey. I got thousands of dollars worth of $2 bills sitting right in front of my face. It changes my attitude. You know, when you know you got some money in the bank, or you know that somebody has your back, it's like you could be talking trash and you by yourself, you kind of dial it back a little bit. But when your girls with you, don't, oh no, heaven forbid, your brother or your man who really takes care of you and looks out for you, and somebody says something to you, you kind of look back and he like, you got a problem, baby? Because me, I might flip off on somebody with my smart mouth. But if I'm by myself, I may just give them a look. But if I got somebody that got my back, I give them a look and, you know, a few choice words. So I feel like seeing the jar full of $2 bills is like, I got my own back. Like, no doubt. Like, I know I got money in the bank, but I can't see that. Every day I see that I have some money. And that makes me feel good. It makes me happy. And whatever makes me happy is what I do. And so it makes me happy and secure. So I don't walk around or give off broke energy. Because, honey, I know where I can go get me some money, honey, at home. So I was going to put it in the video. I was going to bring it into the kitchen. I didn't realize how heavy it was, honey. And I also put dollar coins in it, the gold coins, the Susan B. Anthony coins, any coins that are worth $1, I put in with my $2 bills. So I wanted to share that about the $2 bill, but I also wanted to give a little history about the $2 bill. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it. I really liked it because, like I said, it was my ghetto savings plan. My grandfather was a sky cap. He worked for TWA, that's Trans World Airlines in St. Louis, Missouri. It was a really big deal, honey. And that's when you would get people's stuff out the car and take it all the way to the plane. And you would talk to people and get to know them. And your whole experience at the airport was different. People dressed differently. And anyway, so my grandfather, he had a lot of business customers that were just they were looking for him. And he would know when I'll be here tomorrow, tip it. They call him tip. I'll be here tomorrow, tip it. Or tip, I'll be back in town. I'll be here at 9 or 8. And my grandma have him all pressed up, honey. His little uniform and stuff was sharp. And he was a small man. He was smaller than my grandmother. We always say that they were like George Jefferson and Weezy. My grandmother was a tall, stout woman. She had big breasts and she stood tall, honey. And she wore big hair and everything. And my grandfather was a little light-skinned man. He was a small man, and he had wavy, curly hair, and he was a light-skinned, little short man. And that's pretty much how my uncles are. My dad was the tallest and the brownest, but my grandmother always said, "You got your hair from your grandfather." It's funny. But anyway, he used to bring $2 bills home. And when he did, my grandmother would all immediately say, "Oh, we got to save this. We can't spend this. We got to save the $2 bills." And so I heard that growing up, and she would save them, and she would have a little stash. And, you know, if it was an emergency, like someone died, and that was a big deal. When I was growing up, we didn't have ATMs. And when somebody died or somebody needed to get somewhere before 9 or 10 o'clock when the bank opened, if you didn't have any money stashed in the mattress, you couldn't go anywhere until you could get your hands on some money or write a check or get somewhere to cash a check when business is open. So my mom's sister, my Aunt Kurt, lived in Chicago. She used to save $2 bills too. She used to have a lot of them. She had a jar. Yeah. So she had a really big jar, and you would see it in her room, and it was just full of change. Now my sister saves change. We all save money like that. I think that's our ghetto savings plan. You just kind of know, okay, I got $100 over there, I got 50, and if anything happens, the car breakdown, I need a tire, something totally unexpected, you kind of know you have some money put away somewhere that can't be touched, and it's not going to be automatically drafted by a bill you forgot about and all of that. So my Aunt Kurt in St. Louis saved them, and then my grandmother and grandfather saved them. My grandmother didn't work. She just counted the money, honey. When my grandfather came home, he gave her all of the money in his pocket. She would count it, divide it up. This is what's going to get saved. This is what's going to the bank. And this is what he gets to do and go play with. She'd give him his little money to go do what he had to do, which was drink. That's another video. But I had just grown up and feeling like they were special, and wanting to save them, feeling like $2 bills should be saved. So I just want to give you a little history about the $2 bill. The $2 bill was first issued in 1862, and it was printed until 1966. And then they stopped printing it. The $2 bill was first issued in March of 1862, and they printed it until 1966, and then it stopped. They stopped for 10 years. They did not print it. They started back printing it in 1976 to the present, and they're still printing $2 bills. But let me tell you the deal with the $2 bill. Okay, one thing about the two that was interesting to me, it has no security features, and the money has been upgraded several times, and they got strips in it and all that, but they don't do that with the $2 bill. So the $2 bill never got an upgrade. The $2 bill has a nickname, and the nickname is the Toms. They call it the Toms because Thomas Jefferson is on the front. It has a big picture of Thomas Jefferson on the front. So it has been referred to through history as a Tom. So if I say I got some Toms, you got a couple Toms, or all I have is a few Toms, or that means I got a few $2 bills. Okay, so everybody knows I don't want to spend them, but I will if we out. And it's really cute. I have a friend that tips with $2 bills. I met her, and it was funny because we're both Aries, and I just thought it was cool that she used $2 bills. She had a purse full, and I just feel like, oh, I want to save them. Give me them so I can fold them up. But servers do like them, and strippers prefer for you to make it rain with $2 bills. Okay. So that it has a picture of $2, and let me tell you about Thomas Jefferson, honey. Thomas Jefferson, it was the third president of the United States, and he was our second vice president, and he's on the front of the $2 bill. And see, I noticed all this little stuff because I like $2 bills, so I thought it would be really cool to get information about it. But honey, let me tell you something else. And Cosina, I don't know if you know this, but Thomas Jefferson is an Aries. Yes, honey. Recognize Audra. Look, I'm shouting out all my Aries. Audra, Nia, these are the ones that I know watch me. But listen, he's an Aries, and I just thought that was really cool. His birthday is April 13th, and I'm an Aries, honey. And his back when Thomas Jefferson was president, the presidential terms ran from March to March. March 4th, 1801 to March 4th, 1809. That's how long Thomas Jefferson was there. Okay, and so March 4th is like another one of my really like best friends, one of my really good friends' birthday. Hey, Kim. So I just have this, once I started looking more into the $2 bill, I just got this little affection for it. He an Aries, I'm an Aries. I mean, I don't know, I just like it. I think it's cool. and they're signing on the back, they're signing the Declaration of Independence. That's the picture on the back of the $2 bill. Okay, so I wanted to tell some fun facts about it, but first I want to talk about how the $2 bill got a bad reputation. Got a bad reputation, and that's why it didn't get used much, and it went out of circulation for 10 years. So check this out. Politicians would bribe people with $2 bills because $2 bills used to be worth a lot. I mean, you could get a lot. They were always worth $2, but you could get a lot more for your $2. So if somebody seen you with a $2 bill, they would think, have they been bribed? Prostitutes. Apparently, honey, way back then, tricks was $2. So people would pay, men that wanted sexual favors from prostitutes. Back in the 1800s, honey, it's old. They would use $2 bills. So if a man had a $2 bill, his wife wouldn't like it because she think he might be tricking off after work. They've been doing it for a long time. And if a woman had $2 bills, they think she was tricking. That's funny. That's cute. It's going to take a lot more than one $2 bill to get me to trick for you, but I will do something strange for a little bit of change. Okay. Also, bets. When you went to go gamble, bets were $2. So you were either gambling, tricking, or bribing. So nothing good was coming with this $2 bill. So they went out of circulation because they went out of popularity because there was so much negative stigmatism about them. For the government, it's more cost effective to print $2 bills than $1 bills is because they're used pretty much the same and you only have to print half of them. But they are really considered rare. Well, they're not. Let me take that out. They are rare. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. But they came back because the Department of Treasury wanted a commemorative bicentennial bill. They wanted a celebratory bill to celebrate the country's bicentennial. And so that's what made it come back. So now there are $1.2 billion worth of $2 bills in circulation. Actually, in the last 18 months, there was 15 million $2 bills printed. But believe it or not, that's less than 0.001% of all of the money in circulation. The coins and other dollars, the $2 bill is only 0.001%. So that's what makes them rare, because they're not circulating as much. And another reason why they don't circulate is because people save them. And it's known that people save them in drawers, and people find them special and rare and unique when they came back. And so people just kind of collect them, and they don't circulate them and use them as much as the $1 bill. And so the Toms, get you some Toms, because you can't order them at the bank, and because the Department of Treasury does make them, you can order them. I'll order me a strap, or I usually go and say, do you have any $2 bills? How many do you have? I'll take them all. This last time I was so happy that they had a strap in the say. I didn't ask if they were new. I usually only like them new. I like them new and pretty and crisp. This last strap I got is all old and beat up. I seen one in here that had tape on it. Look at this. It's all dirty. I don't like all those dirty, wore out $2 bills. I like them to be fresh and pretty. But I guess when it comes down to it, it all spins, and it's going to do the same thing. And if I end up, that might be all my daughter's inheritance, honey. All she might get is the jar of $2 bills and dollar coins that can't be lifted. Well, I guess that's kind of good, because couldn't nobody come in here and steal it and run away with it, because it is heavy. Hey, that means I got me some ghetto savings. Okay, so get you some $2 bills, share the love, save them, tip them, make it rain with the $2 bills, but just respect the time, honey. Get you some times, girl. I have a lot of fun with my $2 bills. They make me happy. It's all in fun. Get you some and save you some. Thank you. Now, let's make it happen.